Today we're making cocktails from Mexico City. At the end of 2024, this book came out, Mexico City Cocktails, an elegant collection of over 100 recipes inspired by the City of Palaces by Martha Marquez. The drinks come from restaurants and bars and are about as advanced as you might assume drinks to be coming out of a place like Mexico City. There's unique syrups and ingredients, there's some advanced techniques, and a bunch of ingredients that I have not heard of, or ones that I don't easily have access to. Overall, if you're looking to expand beyond the typical cocktails, this is a great look at cocktails from one of the biggest cities in the world. This is not a complaint or criticism, but one of the reasons I picked it up was I was hoping to find some cocktails made from Mexican rum, aguardiente, and there are none in the book. But that's also not what this book is purported to be. And there are plenty of rum, mezcal, and tequila cocktails. 3 of those cocktails I'm going to be making today. And since I don't have access to every single ingredient, I'll be making some substitutions, but for the most part, I'm going to keep it as true to form as I can and use the exact ingredients when they're called for. And I will include the exact ingredients from the book in this episode's description. The first drink is the Tropical Cyclone and was created at the Alofah Tiki bar in Mexico City. And what I really loved about this recipe, at least, is that it uses tamarind, which I would like to use more of here, and it uses melon liqueur. So those combinations sound so interesting. So let's start with 1 bar spoon of vanilla extract. I'm just doing a couple dashes here. Half an ounce of lemon juice, 3/4 ounces of a tamarind puree, 3/4 ounces of a melon liqueur, 1.5 ounces of orange juice, and 2 ounces of an aged rum. All right, let's try the Tropical Cyclone. Cheers. I've never had anything quite like this, that flavor combination of the tamarind puree with the melon liqueur. And if you've never had Midori, it is very sweet melon liqueur, and it can easily overpower here. It is not. It's complementing the tamarind. There's a lot of juiciness. It feels very light. It's very refreshing. And the acidity with like the clean, that clean sharp acidity from the lemon juice with the orange juice, with the melon. It's such an unusual combination of ingredients, but it is very appealing. This is delicious. I know a lot of you like to look at the cocktails in glassware, and I was going to put it in a Collins glass because I thought it was going to have this nice green color, but it was just brown. It was like very unappealing brown because of that tamarind puree. It's very orange juice forward. I know a lot of people aren't into orange juice these days, but it's light. It's refreshing. It doesn't, a lot of these tropical drinks, because of the rum you use or the ingredients, can feel very heavy. This does not. But that tamarind and the melon working together create something that's new to me, at least, and it works, and it's delicious. Next up, we're going to make the Carajillo Madre, and it was created at the Madre Cafe in Mexico City. The drink calls for blue spirulina and Licor 43 Horchata. So let's start with about 1 gram of blue spirulina. I'm just guessing here, eyeballing it. 1 ounce of evaporated milk. I'm just using whole milk here. 2 ounces of coconut milk. 1 ounce of vodka. And 2 ounces of Licor 43 Horchata. I just recently shared a video where I tasted through 9 different kind of random bottles. One of them being the Licor 43 Horchata, which I found to be foul. I think in a cocktail, maybe it'll balance it out more. So I'm anticipating that flavor to come through, but maybe, hopefully, not as strong. But let's try it. So cheers. It still has that flavor, which I don't love it, but it is much more diluted here with the coconut milk, with the vodka, with the milk, It is, well, I mean, just to be honest with you, it's not my favorite drink here. It's also not the worst. It's also not bad. Diluting that down a lot does help pick up some of the more positive notes of that liqueur. It is very strong. It has like a perfumish quality to it, but it is interesting. I will give it that. But I will leave it up to you to decide if it's worth it to get a bottle of Licor 43 or Horchata, and if that's something you want to spend your hard-earned dollars on. One more cocktail to go. It's Gallito, and it was created at the Rayo cocktail bar in Mexico City, and it uses Campari mezcal and a raspberry strawberry syrup. Now, recently I used some raspberry syrup, and all I did for this raspberry strawberry syrup is I just took half raspberry syrup and half strawberry syrup. So just make your own strawberry syrup, or you can even buy your own and just mix equal parts for this syrup. So to make this, start with 2 ounces of orange juice, 2 ounces of pineapple juice, half an ounce of lime juice, half an ounce of strawberry raspberry syrup, half an ounce of rum, 1 ounce of Campari, and 1 ounce of mezcal. All right, let's try it. Cheers. All of the juice involved, I thought everything would get lost. That tin was getting close to the top. There's 4.5 ounces of juice in this, and then you have some syrup. The rum's, I don't taste the rum. I get a touch of the bitterness from Campari, and then the mezcal, just 1 ounce of mezcal in this huge drink. All this other volume still comes through. It's got a nice smoke finish, and there's a little bit of bitterness behind the smoke from the Campari. It's not a Campari forward cocktail. It's also not an orange juice forward cocktail or pineapple juice. The juices kind of help to lengthen out everything else, I think, and make the mezcal and Campari not come across as strong. And the raspberry strawberry syrup, providing that sweetness there. Still, for me, it's going to depend a lot on your mezcal, and is that going to be the driving flavor for it? So it depends on which one you use, but that is the main thing coming through. But it is really good, and while I'm sharing this in the winter, it's like a summertime sipper. I would want more than one of these. So it's delicious, much different than our first cocktail, but delicious in its own rights. So there you go, folks. 3 cocktails from Mexico City. All of these are just a great change up to what I normally do. They all feel a little bit tropical in their nature, but they're just different. It's great to go to another part of the world and explore some of the cocktails there. If you have any cocktails that you love that call for a Mexican rum, let me know in the comments below. I'd love to know. Otherwise, just give this video a like below. If you want to support this channel more, you can subscribe or check out my Patreon page. And otherwise, see you on the next one.